This place where we are, actually, let me tell you something. I don't know if it is necessary. When I was at the Command and General Staff College in the US, I went it is going to turn out to be a long story maybe, but you know how I went there also? First, it was not me supposed to be going for that course. I was supposed to be going for a course somewhere else. The one who was supposed to be going to the US was Fred Rwigema to attend that course. Even when I arrived at the course, I had to change the documents. Everything was recorded in Fred Rwigema's name. So we had to change all that into my names. But what happened, maybe I'm sure many of you don't know. When we started organizing in Uganda to actually do what the Ugandans got to know about it, we were doing it discreetly. And even encouraging Rwandans to join the army and inviting some from different other parts of the world to come and join and be with us. And because that time it was easy to join the army in Uganda, they had many groups fighting, so we filled the space. And some of us had the opportunity of being part of the struggle from the beginning and we are so organizing and bringing people in. So the Ugandan system wanted to disorganize us so that we don't remain planning and doing what we wanted to do. So they wanted to send the top 3 of us, no 4, scatter us outside the Uganda to go and attend courses while in the meantime we get disorganized. So Fred Rwigema was supposed to go to the US. I was supposed to go to Nigeria. Bunyenyezi, you have heard of Bunyenyezi. Chris Bunyenyezi was supposed to be sent to some other place. Bayingana was supposed to be sent to Russia. So when we got to know about it, I talked with Fred. And I told him, I'm the one who insisted and encouraged him not to actually go anywhere, because that will just mess all of us up. He was our leader. Then he said, if you go, that means postponing it for another 5 years or something. So we agreed. He's actually going to decline, and we tried to create a story of he would tell the authorities so that they understand he's not just objecting to going. And so he went back to the authorities, told them, and of course there was a bit of trouble. It was not well received. So I think the one who was told that he's not going and so on and so forth must have connected and said, you see, these people are up to something. Then they said, okay, since you are rejecting it, then Kagame must go. So it was going to be either him or me, so that still they maintain that thing they wanted to. I'm sure they are warning you for time, but let me say we are in charge of time here. Don't worry. So he declined, and they sent me as if to say, okay, if you can't go, then this one will go, because they never wanted us together. They thought if they got rid of one, they would just create problems for the other. So then they called me up and said, so you Fred was going, now he has problems, he's not going, so you should be the one to go. I said, I have no problem. So I went back and told Fred, I said, you see, now they think they have known our plans, so if I decline, they may actually put us in jail, both of us. So to survive this and continue our plans, you stay and do what you have been trying to do, and for me, I will go. But when things start, I'll anyway find my way back easily. I don't need any permission from anybody. So that's what happened. When I went for a course, blah, 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 long story short. So later on, my wife, we had just been married. She's here. They must have thrown me out of the honeymoon and, and just and sent me on a course. So but she found me there a few months later. But and that time I'm trying to arrive at a quick thing here, and trying to separate the two Kagamis and program 3 or 4, I don't know. But when she found me there, she was already pregnant with her first son, Ivan. And when the point I'm arriving at, in 93, actually in 94, just before genocide, he was 3 years old. He was sent to me. I stayed with him in this house somewhere. Is it up here? Yes, it's up here. I stayed with him for a few, maybe a week or less. In fact, when when Habyarimana crashed in the plane, he was here with me. The boy was here with me. And we were, the news came, we were watching football. Where? In one of these houses. Where? Yes. There was an Africa Cup tournament. I remember it was Senegal playing Cameroon, I think, when we were watching here. And somebody came with a message to me that Habyarimana's plane had crashed and there is chaos in Kigali and so on and so forth. So what follows a different issue. But he was here with me. Now, you can see he was here with me not as a soldier, not as anything, but just as part of the family. So I was trying to reduce the amount of stress I had accumulated by having my son around. Something else funny that happened when, of course, I said he was here when the chaos started. In fact, I left him here and went with the forces that were going to Miove. That was Miove. And so I sent a message back. I told the people who had stayed here, I said they should quickly take this kid back across the border and take him back to his mother. You won't believe it, he refused. He refused, he cried, he said, no, you must see me first. He was like, where is my father? Where is he? He refused that day, and the next day we were very busy out there. So I had to drive and walk back that, like on the second day, to come and convince him to go. Yeah, so I told the commanders I was with, where the forces were, that they give me just a few moments. I first go and solve a personal problem. So I had to come back. Actually, that time it was very dangerous because there was still some forces in between, and we had, at night I tried to drive. I had a Land Rover, I tried to drive, but we were using indicators. You couldn't put on lights because we didn't have. So some places we would walk, others I would drive. Then I came back, arrived here around 4:30 in the morning, and stayed up until he was sleeping until he woke up. And so I told him, you know, your mother wants you, you have to go. It seems he was happy where he was saying, he wasn't. So I had to convince him. I literally forced him, gave them somebody who took him to the border, and then I went back immediately. I didn't even rest time. I had to go back and then the forces. So I'm just trying to bring in the official me and the personal me. I thought maybe there wouldn't be a better place or thing to explain it than that story. So we had to keep one part is family, another part is work, and another part I don't know what it is. Yeah.